Sometime in late May 2025, engineers inside Atlassian noticed something unusual. Daily usage of their AI development platform, Rovo Dev, didn't just climb, it exploded. A 15 to 20-fold increase practically overnight. Not a gradual adoption curve, not a steady ramp, a vertical line on a graph. The catalyst was a week-long internal initiative Atlassian called AI Builders Week. Over the course of that event, teams across the company constructed 298 autonomous AI agents, many of them by people who had never written a line of code. The tools they used were new, the platform was still in beta, and the results caught even Atlassian's own leadership off guard. This isn't a story about hype. It's a story about what happens when enterprise-grade AI tooling reaches the point where building an autonomous agent becomes as simple as filling out a form. To understand the spike, you need to understand what Rovo actually is. Atlassian first introduced Rovo at its Team 24 conference in 2024 as an AI-powered knowledge and automation layer designed to sit on top of its entire product ecosystem: Jira, Confluence, Jira Service Management, and third-party tools connected through their cloud infrastructure. Rovo has three core components. Rovo Search unifies information retrieval across an organization's scattered data sources. Rovo Chat provides a conversational AI interface for querying that knowledge. And Rovo Agents, the most significant piece, are autonomous or semi-autonomous workflows that can take actions across Atlassian's platform. What changed in 2025 was the introduction of Rovo Studio, a no-code agent builder that dramatically lowered the barrier to creation. According to Atlassian, Rovo Studio allows anyone, product managers, IT administrators, support leads, to define an agent's triggers, logic, and actions without writing custom code. This was the unlock. AI Builders Week, according to reports from Atlassian community channels and developer blog posts published in mid-2025, was structured as an internal innovation sprint. Teams were encouraged to identify repetitive workflows, operational bottlenecks, and knowledge gaps, then build Rovo agents to address them. The rules were simple. Use Rovo Studio. Build something that solves a real problem. Ship it within the week. 298 agents emerged. That number is striking not just for its size, but for its velocity. It suggests that the friction traditionally associated with building AI-powered automation, model selection, API integration, deployment pipelines, had been reduced to near zero. Atlassian's Forge platform, their cloud-native app development framework, provided the connective tissue. Forge APIs allowed these agents to read from and write to Jira tickets, Confluence pages, and JSM queues natively, without external middleware. The new App Builder beta, also announced during this period, further simplified the process by providing visual development tools for packaging agents as distributable Atlassian apps. While Atlassian has not published a complete catalogue of all 298 agents, available information from developer community posts, Atlassian's own product blogs, and partner ecosystem discussions points to several recurring categories. Ticket triage agents that automatically classify, prioritize, and route incoming Jira issues based on historical patterns and content analysis. Documentation agents that monitor Confluence spaces and flag outdated pages or auto-generate summaries of recent changes. Onboarding agents that guide new team members through setup checklists, provisioning requests, and knowledge base orientation. Escalation agents within JSM that detect stalled service requests and proactively notify relevant stakeholders. Several agents reportedly combined multiple Atlassian products in a single workflow. For instance, monitoring a Jira board for blocked tickets, searching Confluence for related troubleshooting documentation, and posting a synthesized recommendation back to the ticket. These end-to-end cross-product workflows represent exactly the kind of deep integration that distinguishes enterprise AI agents from standalone chatbot implementations. None of this happens without infrastructure. Atlassian's Forge platform, which has been under development since 2020, provides a serverless runtime environment that executes custom logic directly within Atlassian's cloud. This matters because it means agents built on Forge inherit the security model, data residency rules, and permission structures of the host Atlassian environment. For enterprise customers, particularly those in regulated industries, this is a critical distinction. An AI agent that operates within the existing trust boundary of your Atlassian instance is a fundamentally different proposition than one that requires data to transit through external AI services. The Forge APIs exposed during AI Builders Week reportedly included new capabilities for agentic workflows, persistent memory, multi-step task execution, and event-driven triggers that allow agents to respond to changes in real time rather than operating on fixed schedules. According to Atlassian's developer documentation updated in 2025, these APIs represent a deliberate architectural investment in what they call agentic infrastructure. Atlassian's experience mirrors a broader pattern. According to a May 2025 report from Gartner, enterprise adoption of AI agents, not just chatbots, but systems capable of taking autonomous action within business workflows, is projected to grow by over 300% between 2025 and 2027. McKinsey's 2024 Global Survey on AI found that 72% of organizations had adopted AI in at least one business function, up from 50% just the year prior. What's driving the acceleration isn't the AI models themselves. Foundation models from OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, and others reached functional adequacy for most business tasks over a year ago. The bottleneck has been integration, the ability to connect AI capabilities to the systems where work actually happens. This is precisely where platforms like Rovo, built by companies that already own the workflow layer, have a structural advantage. Atlassian doesn't need to convince enterprises to adopt a new system. They need to convince them to activate a new capability within a system they already use. That's a much shorter leap. The 298 agent number from AI Builders Week carries an implicit message. If nearly 300 functional agents can be built in a single week, the bottleneck is no longer technical skill. It's imagination and permission. No-code platforms like Rovo Studio represent a philosophical shift in who gets to build automation. Historically, creating an AI workflow required a software engineer, an ML specialist, and weeks of development time. Rovo Studio compresses that to hours or less and puts the tools in the hands of domain experts who understand the problems most intimately. This democratization carries risks, of course. Agent sprawl, inconsistent quality, security oversights in agent permissions. These are real concerns that Atlassian and its customers will need to manage. But the trade-off calculus has clearly shifted. The cost of not building these agents, in lost productivity, manual toil, and competitive disadvantage, now exceeds the cost of managing them. Atlassian's AI Builders Week was, in one sense, an internal experiment. In another, it was a proof of concept with implications for every enterprise software platform on the market. If a no-code studio can produce 300 agents in a week inside a single company, the total addressable surface for AI agent automation across the global Atlassian customer base, over 300,000 organizations, is staggering. The question is no longer whether enterprises will adopt AI agents. It's how fast the infrastructure can scale to support them, how governance frameworks will evolve to manage them, And who will control the platforms on which they run? Atlassian is betting that the answer to that last question is the company that already owns the workflow. Based on a 15 to 20-fold usage spike in a single week, that bet appears to be paying off. The agents are being built. The question now is what they'll be trusted to do next.